Today I am so excited to share with you a few things that I think will be really useful to you. I'm making a series of videos that are designed for people who are not marketers and don't spend all of their time thinking about marketing, but do have projects that you would like to let other people know about. So whether that's a hobby TTRPG or a book that you've decided to write, many people will say that learning how to market can be as time consuming as the thing that you're creating. Marketing them is a beyond full-time job. So I really hope that this video is useful to you. If it is useful to you, what would be useful to me is if you could like and leave a comment. That helps the algorithm continue to push my content out to other people who might need it. Please feel free to do that now. We're going to get into Canva and we're going to be really specifically looking at the brand kit feature that they offer. So some things that I want you to already think about is, do you have a logo? Do you have some fonts that you really prefer to use? And are there some colors that you really like? Let's go into Canva and I'm going to show you what I mean. In Canva, you can create a design like an Instagram post. Anywhere in Canva that you look, you'll be able to see the brand option to your left. You can choose which brand you're working on. So particularly for those of us who work with multiple companies in marketing, this becomes really handy. We can add a logo, we can add a new title or subtitle so that we can add some copy, and our colors are already here. If you are on kind of the Canva main page, you're going to see down here, brand. Now, notice there is a crown here, which means this is a premium feature. So this might be something that would be worth the cost of upgrading to you. When I go into my Canva, you can see that I have two brands already set up, which is GRTW, Girls Run These Worlds. You should go and give them a like and subscribe. And then my personal brand. So the first thing that we're going to do is click Add New. Editor Sarah here. In post-production, I realized that I am completely covering the Add New button. You can find it right under my face, which won't be on your screen. If you have two different TTRPG games or two different books or book series that have their very own unique, distinct branding, maybe one is sci-fi and one is fantasy, you might want to create more than one brand kit for those things so that it's very easy to create future content for them. There is a bunch of features on this page. We're just going to focus on the top 3 today. Hopefully you have a logo of some kind, but if you don't, that's okay. Canva actually will help you create one. That's a different video. If you've already got your logo, you can just drag and drop it. I'm on a Mac, so I can drag and drop, or I can click and it will open up my downloads folder and I can click the one that I know, which is the one that's at the top. And there we go. It also then gave me my first color, which is the predominant color that's in that logo, but we're going to add a couple of more. Now, to add a color, maybe you've already got a couple of designs that you're working on. Maybe an illustrator has worked with you or a graphic designer. As you can see here, I have a few different graphics, so I can pull colors directly from this. So you can see I have like a couple of different kind of lighter teals and turquoises and a purple and a pink. When you kind of scroll through, you can see that I've got these. So one color that I definitely want is this lighter color here. This is important. Now, how do I know what color this is? If I click the color itself, Canva will open a color selector window and I can take this value with the number sign and I can put that right into my Canva color selector. So when I click the plus button, I can then just copy and paste that value directly into here. Another color that I'm going to want to pull is kind of this, there's a teal, and oh man, I can't find anything to click that's going to give me that color. If I click add a new color, I can use this eyedropper symbol, and this will essentially kind of give me a magnifying glass and I can find exactly the right color. Now, why does this matter? Because if I scroll over here to where there's a lot of gradients, you can see that there is kind of some darker purples and some lighter purples and some whites. We want to pick exactly the one that we want. Even Even this stream of like this Milky Way kind of galaxy arm has a whole bunch of gradients in it when we're looking at it. So we just want to pick the one that is the closest to what we want to pick. And that little gray square right in the middle, that's the actual grain pixel that you're looking at. So it's not going to kind of take the amalgamation of everything that you see there. And again, I'm just going to take that color code, but I'm going to go add that color to my brand kit. I'm just going to copy and paste using my keyboard shortcuts. I want to pull this very like aquamarine, which is very different. I could just hover over this and it will show me the hex value. I don't have the memory any longer to save that in my brain, so I'm just going to use that copy and paste. And then, of course, go back and undo what I just did. Using those undo buttons are really important. But what if I didn't already have that and I wasn't sure what colors? That's okay. Canva's got you. You can add a new palette. There's a lot of palettes that they've already created for you. So if you don't already have some designs, that's okay. Go and find some things that really work for you. You should try to have 6 with a mix of complementary and contrasting colors, a light color and a dark color. Obviously, whites, blacks, grays, those are always useful. And let's say I knew that I really wanted to Hobbit yellow. I can put some yellows, and you can see it's going to give me all different versions of that. So the next thing I want to talk about is our fonts. Fonts are incredibly important to maintaining brand consistency. You're going to need at least 2 and maybe up to 5, depending on what you're working on, but we're just going to stick to a couple. The title is your main one. And so I use this one, which is called Vintage Modern. And for this size, it's 173. So you click it and you can just type in here what it is. If it's part of Canva, it will automatically show up. Now you can add your own. So let's say you're using a Google Open font, you can click the Add New button and it will allow you to upload your own TTF TrueType fonts. The other font that I use here is called Roxborough CF. Now you might have other ones. Certainly with other projects that I work on, I could fill this list and also create some other ones. But really to get started, you probably just want a couple. And just like that, we've got our YouTube thumbnail. So you can see how valuable this was in very quickly being able to create a logo and a design that is unique to the brand that I am representing. If this video has been useful, please consider leaving a comment. Maybe something else that I could do a video on, whether that's from a marketing or business operations and setup perspective. I'd love to know what you would find useful. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.